This is me at 184 pounds. I'm looking forward to shedding down the...
And the reason why these videos came about is because I had a lot of people messaging me on Instagram, right? Having a misconception of what 10 pounds of body fat looks like on your physique. Because basically I had someone and he said, I want to lose 10 pounds so I can look like this with my abs showing. But the problem was is that his original picture, it was going to be more than 10 pounds. It looked more like 30 pounds, 25 at the minimum to go from where he was to where he wanted to be, simply because I've done that transformation and I know what he looks like. So I wanted to make these videos out there so people can have a real representation of what losing 10 pounds looks like, losing 20 pounds looks like, and losing 30 if I get to that point as well, when you're on the leaner side. That's why I want to make sure to have these realistic videos, no gimmicks, no gas. It's not a 1 week transformation, it's not a 2 week transformation. It takes time and dedication upon months of grafting, eating right, and training.
Right, what is good, people? We're gonna do a quick little physique. This is me at 184 pounds as my morning weight. Should have got the standing here. But yeah, man, here's just some physique. I'm looking forward to shedding down the fat and see how I look.
Now let's cut into 10 pounds less and talk about literally what I did at that point.
Let's check this weigh in now. Hopefully it goes well. Alright people, so this is me relaxed. If you compare this to the 10 pounds heavier one, as you can see I look a bit trimmer, face is definitely a bit slimmer, abs look a bit more prominent, relaxed. Now I'm gonna go a bit more tensed up. I've still got another roughly 10 pounds to drop. 160 to 163 pounds is the regular weight that I normally look pretty decent and pretty chiseled. So I still like, I think I'm only halfway, this is the halfway point.
So me there at around 173 pounds, you can definitely see I'm a lot slimmer. Still carrying some body fat on my physique obviously, but I do look a lot better than when I was 10 pounds heavier. What I did to go from that 10 pound drop, so at that point I was doing 200 to 300 calories burned on a cardio machine. Diet didn't really change rapidly. Like I reduced some of the stuff in terms of not eating as much junk food, but this particular time was actually a lot harder than usual. So it was like that first 10 pounds was a lot harder to shift than what it normally would be for me. But let me also state as well, at this point I didn't have a treadmill. I didn't really track my steps that much either. So even though I was doing this extra cardio there, throughout the rest of the daily life, I was still pretty stationary, doing like maybe 3,000 steps, maybe 4,000 steps a day on a good day. So it was very inactive. So right now what we're gonna do now is drop down another 10 pounds. In total, this would be like a drop of just over 20 pounds, like 21 pounds. As you can see, I look a lot better, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think anyone's gonna argue and say I look better at 184 than at that weight, which is weird though, because I look a lot stronger at the 163, but in reality, at 184 I was way stronger. Anyway, so in terms of that 10 pound drop from the physique you saw from before this to now, what I did was actually invest in a treadmill. So I use a treadmill virtually most mornings at this point. I'll do like around a 20-minute walk on there, just a brisk pace but inclined treadmill. And I took away doing the active cardio, as in like after my gym sessions, doing the 300 calories burnt on a stepper. So what I decided to do was focus a lot more on my training and my nutrition, emphasis on nutrition. So I started eating a lot more vegetables, started tracking my calories again, so I actually knew how much I was eating. And with these improvements, obviously I'm going to start like seeing more benefits in general. So I was eating more vegetables, aka more fiber, going to the bathroom more, I was drinking more water, going to the bathroom more, so that helps flush out your system. Then obviously just the better quality foods in general was already going to help with my muscle building when I was actually in the gym anyways. So with the walking cardio, I would say it's a lot more manageable. Obviously, if I'm doing walking, in that one instance, it's not burning as much calories in the same amount of time. For example, me burning 300 calories on the mountain climber, or the stepper, whatever you call it, that would roughly take me around 25 minutes. Whereas to do that same amount of calories on a treadmill, just walking on an incline, would take me more like around 45 minutes to burn that similar level, depending on how fast I'm walking. But because it's in the morning, I found it more manageable just to get it out of the way. Even though I have to do more sessions of it, so for example, or more time doing it, I still find it more manageable, because doing that mountain climber stuff after my full gym workout, I used to be so shattered and I used to dread it, you know what I mean? I don't mind doing that kind of digging phase if I'm actually near the end of a cut, but when I'm in the middle and the beginning stages, I shouldn't be feeling that run down and that drained. Also, when I was doing that sort of cardio, it made me for the rest of the day just be very stationary. Luckily, that because I was doing it in the evening, I wasn't missing out on crazy amounts of steps. But say if I did that level of that cardio and mountain climbing stuff earlier in the day, the chances are that I would have been pretty stationary throughout the day because I would have been shattered completely. So that was the only benefit about me training at night. But the biggest thing I just decided to myself was I want to try and make everything more sustainable and manageable. So me switching from doing that to doing the walking steps in the morning, it just made it easier. Plus it allowed me to get that kind of calorie burn out of the way in the morning before work. And then that already gave me like an extra 3,000 to 4,000 steps before the day began, whereas normally that would be my total daily steps. So that really helped me. So I tried to track a lot more of my daily expenditure rather than just strictly focusing on doing a set cardio amount, burning calories, because that's no good if the rest of the day you're not really moving enough. So that's the problem with a lot of people with office jobs. Like, you don't move enough, you don't realize how stationary you are. Like, I would have always classed myself as moderate, but in reality, when I look at the facts, I'm probably more I can't say that word, but very not moderate at all. I'm very on the low level. Apart from me training in the gym, I wouldn't be active. I'd be sitting at a desk for hours upon hours and eating and, you know, just gaining weight and just not really burning as much calories as you should in a day. So just to prove that I'm not lying as well, you can easily watch my YouTube channel, because obviously I do vlogs. So if you look at my YouTube channel, you'll see all these periods, which I did. It managed to get me a lot leaner, dedicate some time to actually trying to improve diet and training protocols to make everything more sustainable and easier to manage. Because when you feel like you run down 24/7, eventually you're going to take your foot off the gas, and that's when everything's going to go to shit. So if you can just manage to at least gradually make improvements, but make it so that your body doesn't really feel like it's under stress, you're really going to maintain a lot more. This is the real representation of what 20 pound looks like. Bearing in mind, this is on my physique that has some muscle mass on it. Losing body fat is different for different people based on their current starting point. So if you're someone that's like way overweight, like obese, losing 10 to 20 pounds, sometimes you won't be able to see a big difference. Whereas when you're someone that's more like the slimmer or like average male kind of size, then you can see it more drastic. So obviously, me not being someone obese, I'm gonna at least show you what these little steps look like. So as I said, obviously everyone's physique will slightly differ, but if you're someone that say like has trained in the past and you've gained weight, this could be a good representation of you. If you're someone that's brand new, that doesn't really have much muscle yet, you can still build muscle in that deficit if you're pretty on the overweight side, you know what I mean? Because you've got calories to play with. If you're someone really skinny or skinny fat, you're probably not gonna be able to do this transformation and lose 20 pounds. You know what I mean? That's a different kettle of fish. If you want to have skinny fat advice, go check out my videos. I've got a full series on it, which is like 7 videos deep. Anyways, people, like, comment, subscribe. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, hit the double tap thing.